Hello everyone, it's Justin Adkins here, just with a quick video for you to show you a little bit of homework items to get ready for my SBC Fest class coming your way on September 15th. SBC Fest is taking place on Friday, September 15th, and also Saturday, September 16th, and my class will be the second of the day on Friday the 15th. I wanted to give you a couple items that I just recommend you having in advance for your class. The first that I'm gonna go ahead and recommend, I do recommend that you have 3 die cut of the Hello A2 cover plate dies from a white cardstock ready to go. We're gonna be using 2 of these for each of my cards, so you are gonna need 4 total. I know I'm only showing you 3. That's because the 4th one we are going to be creating during my class, so you only have to get 3 ready in advance. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and recommend you doing, having 2 A2 size card bases all ready to go for your class. These are 8.5 by 5.5 pieces of paper, scored in half so you can fold them nicely. In total, this is gonna give you 1 full letter size piece of paper, and that'll give you 2 full card bases. Another homework item, I do recommend having 2 panels of blending cardstock cut and ready to go. These are the Nina Classic Crest Solar White cardstock that I'll be using. And I've got one that's A2 size, but it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I have a second one that's a little bit larger. This is 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. The reason this one is a little bit larger is that this will be the one that we're ink blending entirely a full background ombre. And that way, when we're die cutting on top of it, you don't got to worry about any miscalculation when you were cutting it that could cause any hiccups with your project. So it'll be helpful. This one is cut to this size of the 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. However, if you prefer to keep it at the size of 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 and you're confident with your cutting skills, by all means, whatever makes the most sense for you. I also wanted to tell you a couple tools that'll be helpful to have on hand during your class. I do recommend having an adhesive with a fine tip applicator, such as the Artis Craft Glue. This, of course, looks very well loved because it is, but any sort of glue with a fine tip applicator is gonna be very helpful for my class, just because we're going to be adhering down some little pieces of die cuts, and these always help in order to get the adhesive exactly where you want it to go. Next, I recommend having some mint tape on hand because we will be doing some die cutting. The mint tape always helps hold the die cuts in place when processing them through your die cutting machine. The next items I recommend is an ink blending tool of choice that you are most comfortable with. I will be using foam blender tools during my class with Distress Oxide inks. However, if you're more comfortable with blending brushes or another form of tool, by all means, use whatever you need for your class, but you will be seeing me blending with these foam mini blending tools. And another item that I'm gonna recommend is some sort of organizing tray. I do have my scrapbook.com stack and sort trays, and this is going to be to hold all of the little die cut pieces that I will be using during my class. A little bit of a spoiler, I'm gonna be stretching my die cutting negatives and using them to build a second card. So you're gonna wanna have some sort of a little bit of a tray on hand to store all your little bits and bobs so they don't go missing on you. And finally, I do recommend having some sort of craft tweezers on hand because, like I said, we are gonna be working with some smaller die cut pieces, and these are always helpful in holding them, putting adhesive on the back, and then also using them to help push your pieces into place if need be. So definitely have a pair of craft tweezers on hand, preferably one that's got a pointier tip to help pushing those items into place, or a tool that'll help you do so. And that's it. Those are my recommended items for my SBC class. Just as a recommended time start, SBC Fest is starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time, both days, September the 15th and the 16th. So make sure to set your alarms so you're there bright and early. Of course, being conscious of whatever time zone you're in as well. And I'm so excited. I can't believe it's right around the corner. I hope you're just as excited as I am, and I can't wait to see you there. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. I hope this homework video was nice and simple for you. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on September 15th, and happy crafting. Goodbye.